This is where we belong. Exploring this vast and wondrous world.
Mainframe Industries at #1 just revealed more plans on one of the oldest games we've been waiting on, going by the name PAX Day. This is a action RPG MMO the folks have been cooking for over 3 years. They just went on and showed off more of combat and the game's key features, promised an alpha testing for everybody on Steam by the end of the year. Said the game will be coming out to PCs eventually by the end of 2024 as well. This is work in progress, but definitely in-game footage.
The rewards and the dangers.
Get them. Turn back! Time for killing!
Coming up behind that, we have a project that was revealed almost 3 years ago, going by the name Viking Age of the Axe. Previously, this was just a cinematic. Here's some finally gameplay. Apparently, the game is a first-person slasher with both a single player and a co-op multiplayer, set around the 10th century, where you'd be destined to become a respected Viking chief. Take a look. Game set to be finally coming out to PCs exclusively mid to late 2024. Sitting on Steam through early access as of earlier today. Number 3, we have here finally Ark Survival Ascended, which is basically a reimagined version of the Ark made from the ground up with the use of Unreal Engine 5 to just feel like a next generation exclusive. Long story short, this thing is in-game footage. You can play this one for $40 on Steam, but you might want to avoid until it can actually reasonably run. The game, I mean, it drops frames insanely and it literally doesn't work on like more than 90% of the computers. Anyway, it's coming out in a better and more polished state later on in November. sitting on Steam through early access for about 2 months now. At number 4, we have here something called Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. This is a open-world dark fantasy turn-based strategy RPG, to be a pretty Souls-inspired game with hefty-looking replay and quite a bit in the same vein as the Slay of Spire. The game is going to be coming out of its early access phase, remaining a PC exclusive though by the end of 2024. Coming out January 30 next year, finally, we've got over here a new trailer too, on its way to PCs exclusively. At number 5, a game called Quinfall. A brand new developer's first work. It's a medieval style MMORPG with the aim to be able to shape your character's adventure however you desire in a really big world, basically across 5 different regions with their own unique distinct features. Hunt, fight, loot, and do almost anything you do in Diablo. The game is built with the Unreal Engine and this is how it looks. Blackthorn Keep Chronicles, however, is a low fantasy strategic action RPG about some nobleman who was stripped from his old properties and titles, facing against an evil empire by himself, trying to change the fate of his own family and eventually the city, or even die trying. It says so. If you're interested in what I've said, the game is coming to PCs exclusively after being in development for a good 3 years, and it's an open world action RPG in nature.
Two nations prosper in the world of Dragon's Dogma 2. Vermund, the human kingdom, and Batal, the land of Beastren.
If you've been waiting on the new Dragon's Dogma, you'd be happy to know that the sequel is more of the same, with similar to the original, better graphics, bigger gameplay, more generous, and a lot more content. This might have been also the longest wait in history of a RPG, but we finally got a look at the most anticipated game in the list, Dragon's Dogma 2. It's going to be coming out to PCs and the next generation of consoles only sometime next year.
The nation of Batal offers players a different experience from the human kingdom, with diverse environments to explore and monsters to encounter. In your adventures, you might come across people who call out to you.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir?
Other times, you might receive quests from people who you aid.
Thank heavens. Thought I'd ne'er make it. If I might be so bold as to impose upon you again, would you be willing to accompany me to the cenotaph and safeguard me from harm?
At number 8, we've got the Wart Realms. You don't need to be a die-hard medieval fan to know about this one. The Wart Realms already is a pretty famous game. It's an RPG by the lead developers, the first 2 Elder Scrolls games, announced almost 3 years ago with the premise of an RPG open world consisting of over 100 islands to explore. Previously, the game was said to be years away, but apparently it's due out early 2024 for PCs only.
your ass. And you ain't paid your nugs yet.
Oh, fuck me. Coming up behind that, it's been some time. I mean, I did mention it just a week ago, but we've been waiting on this thing. THQ Nordic just revealed a new trailer for Gothic Remake. Some new locations that are added in the game, some modern designs, more enemies, some bosses, and that the game is going to be coming out to next generation of consoles and to PCs sometime next year. This is for those of you who miss it, an action RPG, medieval-inspired open world about a war between humans and orcs. That actually came out more than 20 years ago.
Don't have those fucking excuses. You think this is a joke or what? Any reason you're still breathing? Stop! What's it, you idiot?
What a fool.
One at a time, boys. There's the line. You had your share, mate. Get lost. Get lost. Nobody wants. Oi, you twat!
What was that?
Sorry, you fucking twat!
Mess him up! Time to put that booty to good use.
Number 10, we have Storit. Storit is a single-player open-world action RPG, with developers of which said to have a lot in common with games as big as Skyrim on the nose. See, in Storit, you get to play the role of a young squire, exploring a mysterious world full of chaos and conflict. This game is still on Kickstarter and set to be coming out fully on PCs sometime next year. Since its initial cinematic reveal trailer we've seen previously this August, we finally received some gameplay on Avowed, that is Obsidian Entertainment's, the same developers of the Outer Worlds, take on Skyrim, actually a mix of both Skyrim and Outer Worlds, looking something like this. If you miss out on it, Avowed is coming to PCs and Xbox consoles only as a Microsoft exclusive sometime next year.
That seems to be corrupting our very souls. You want us to trust you. But the truth is, you scare us. The way you fight. The power you wield. The secrets you keep. You're either here to save us,
I think I've mentioned this one before, not really sure. With the full title Forsaken Realms, and now just Foreign Skull, just the second part of it now. In case you missed out on, however, this is a action RPG, a series that's just starting now. I mean, it's said to promise to be a series. Set in a open world with a brand new mythology, where your character is a mercenary arriving on a war-torn city and are completely unaware of the destiny ahead of you. Just take a look. The game's coming to PCs eventually sometime next year. Number 13, it's once again a Perlibus's Crimson Desert, just an update on its release that the game is now coming to all consoles in late 2024. That is right. Previously, we thought it'll be coming out by the end of the year, but it's now late 2024. This is a MMORPG open world hack and slasher coming from the same developers of the Black Desert Online, promising much better graphics than almost any other MMORPG.
For this game, we wanted to create a vibe that is both peaceful and sublime. Let me show you.
Coming as its developers' almost first work, following a couple of pretty small indie games, Islands of Insight over here is a shared world puzzle adventure game set in a massive world where your job is mostly solving puzzles and unlocking new areas. It's quite a bit inspired by, in looks of it, by Phoenix Rising. The difference here though is the game is basically there's no combat and it's a PC exclusive. Check it out, it's going to be coming out sometime next year.
Puzzles to solve, and in what order, all at your own pace. The journey really is your own. The world has a lot of verticality and no fall damage. You can climb, jump, double jump, sprint, wander the landscape on foot, or spread your wings and glide above it. In Islands of Insight, exploration is designed to be part of the fun. We wanted the world to feel like there's always something special waiting to be discovered. Our shared world allows seamless interactions with friends and other players. The social interactions were designed to offer a sense of camaraderie and belonging inside the game and to be non-intrusive to your solo journey. You can play the game entirely on your own. They can't push you to go faster or block your path. Your puzzle progression is your own, even if you're playing with friends in the same server. This is your adventure. In today's fast-paced world, we hope Islands of Insight delivers a sublime escape for players looking to unwind. If you want to discover more, join me in our playtest today on our Steam page.
People have truly lost their way. Why can't they just understand how wrong and evil they are?
Once again, first work of its developers at number 15, we have Testament: Order of High Human. This is a first-person Metroidvania action-adventure RPG that's set in a post-apocalyptic fantasy world inspired by the Nordic mythology, and you play the role of a savior trying to save a realm from betrayal. Anyway, there's a trailer. The game is coming to all consoles and PCs except Switch in about a month or two.
Dark roots that drain the life from the land. If a realm gives birth to such a tree, the light would be no more. A place befitting of darkness inhabitants. A reward for raising the Seeker, the divine gear of protection. Amidst all darkness, a last strand of hope. Rise, chosen one. Bear the
survival and exploration. As you begin your adventure in the world of Enshrouded, you will need to survive in the wilderness amidst the unknown.
Announced through IGN last. Finally, over here we have Enshrouded. From the same developers of the Portal Knight, this game is a survival crafting and action RPG set within a sprawling voxel-based continent. That's what they said. Where your journey on mountains and deserts of an open world, free to choose your own path and shape your own destiny. The game is going to be coming out to PCs only by the end of the year.
Exhilarating challenge. Nothing screams adventure like wielding a bow. Sneak up on those speedy animals and aim for the head for the critical shots. As you kill the wildlife, you will be able to collect necessary resources, such as animal fur, raw food and bones. Now, we need to find or craft a campfire to unleash our culinary skills and cook up a feast of delicious foods. When you cook food, you have to be careful not to overcook it, otherwise you will be eating charcoal for days, which I can't imagine is good for you. This is just a basic way to prepare food while you're out on adventures. You will be able to cook more advanced recipes out.